Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this Blue Moon 2020 Intuitive Energy Forecast. And I have received strong guidance to set myself up here in the backyard today to share some messages with all of you. And just before we really get into it, I'd like to just take a moment to clear my space and ask Mother, Father, God, Creator, Source to allow me to be a channel of pure light and love divine. And I thank all the guides and, of course, our beautiful Mother, Father, God, Creator, Source for always residing and guiding me from deep within my beating heart. So, first of all, I feel like these are messages also for November 2020. So we're having a blue moon on October 31st, and it'll be our first blue moon since March 31st of 2018. We will not have another blue moon until August 31st, 2023. So we have 31 months before the previous blue moon and 34 months between this one and the coming. And the guidance I'm receiving is that this is truly, we've heard so much about this separation taking place on Earth. And actually, what I'm hearing and feeling is that this is a time where humanity is going to choose to rise from the slumber and break free from the karmic ties that bind. And those karmic ties are all pain body connected. And for those who are willing to take a leap of faith, you can't see my shirt, but it says faith. For those willing to take this leap of faith, for those who have been doing the inner work, moving through the shadow, moving through the pain to get to the other side, for those who have done that, this is a time, this is the beginning, the new beginning, where we are consciously co-creating direct from source, our direct line to source, which is our heart. And so it feels like very exciting times for all of us. And yet, for many, especially for those of us who are empaths or identify as an empath, I'm just reaching, I wasn't planning this well, and I left a couple decks of cards behind the computer here. Although it is a very exciting time, it is still a process that we are having to move through. And so I love that my shift into a new home space and into a new energy took place around during Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. And I have to say, it is what looked and felt like such a tragedy, really, such a sad time, has actually come to be a great blessing, because my beloved is always with me, and it doesn't matter where I reside, because he resides where he always has, and that is right inside of my beautiful heart. So let's just get right into this. And I've been guided to one deck that is a familiar of mine, and any of you who have worked with me over the years will know. Look at this. And the first card out from our beloved Archangel Michael is Beyond the Storm. And it's a number 28, which is a 1 vibration, the new beginning. And we are assured that our passage through this transition is guided and protected. And, I feel that that's one of the big shifts that we're making, is so many, and 2020 has really amplified this energy of fear. And when we are within our heart space, truly there can be nothing but peace here, right? It's just peace when we are in the moment, in this moment. And 2020 has been it's been the word that keeps coming to me today, and it's funny because I don't even know the exact definition of it, is it's this we're moving beyond the dystopian mind. And for me, what that feels like is just like the mind that has been shut down, put to sleep, you know, um, the ability to critically think is a radical act of self-love, is a radical act of courage. And I'm grateful for all of my critical thinking family and friends, because this is really beautiful too. It says Diva Magic. And, I received this strong guidance to be outside today recording these messages. And this is the biggest call for all of us right now, is to reconnect or reestablish the connection of our heart to the heart of all. And at this time, that means we are reconnecting to Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, our home, our chosen home in this lifetime. And this says incredibly small. And in the big scheme of things, 2020 is an incredibly small wrinkle in time, a moment in this so-called time-space reality. Because the truth is, we all exist beyond this current reality. And what we do here actually matters and has an impact on our eternal soul, because we are here on our soul's evolutionary path. And if you are here now, and if you are connected with me, for sure, you actually came here to be one of these pillars of change, one of these divine humans leading the way through your ability to deep dive into your own personal experience. So we are really at this point. These cards are just easy here today. Yes. And this is funny. I laugh at this because it's like, yes. We are really at this point where it's up to us. And the Diva Magic card is a number 42, and I see that as a 6. And our primary focus for the month of November, and in fact for the remainder of this calendar year and into the new year, it is about us focusing our time, attention, and energy on that which we can change, which is the way we take care of ourselves, which is the way we nurture and feed ourselves, which is the way that we interact with our fellow travelers on this journey, our fellow human beings, our family and friends. And it's really a time for many of us to rest, because very quickly, and it's 1:44 now, very quickly we are going to be called to rise and to use our voice. And it's not to say that you haven't been using your voice. There have been the outside influences, if you will, the programming, the conditioning has been so loud that it has actually created this energy of the dystopian mind. We just blindly follow. Remember the story of the 3 blind mice, right? And it's time to close our eyes, take the blindfold off, and to connect inside, because truly we were born to rise. And if this resonates with you and you feel excited by this message, it is for you. And where we are, what we are breaking free from, the karmic cycle, which has been lifetimes in existence or in creation, that has got us to this point, this year 2020, clarified vision. And although we're perhaps blindfolded or masked up this year, there is an opportunity to become the observer of humanity and consciousness. And where is our consciousness at this time? We want to get it into the third eye and our heart. But here, and this is funny because we currently have Mercury retrograde until November the 3rd. This is Mercurius, volatility, and we're seeing the rising of this. We have been seeing the amplification of this angry energy for most of this year. And it's very likely to increase over the coming days and weeks. And then with any luck, hopefully it settles in, because Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio, but it's moving back into Libra, where it will go direct. And Libra is about balance, the scales of divine justice, the scales of karmic justice are being balanced at this time. And so hopefully as Mercury begins to move forward, it's opening up these lines of non-violent communication, as my beautiful friend is always telling me, non-violent communication, where we are speaking and sharing with others from our heart. And hopefully the fog will have cleared for many, where they are able to begin to see with the eyes of their heart, to feel into the experiences that are taking place around us. And if we're feeling triggered and angry by what we're seeing or what we're hearing, particularly if it is an opposing view, there's a big clue for us to perhaps have a look there, to perhaps do our own fact checking. And to filter that, allow your fact checking to come from deep within your heart, not your mind, not what you've been conditioned to believe, not who you've been conditioned to believe in, not who you've been conditioned to be on the side with that person. We are all in this together. We are. And then we get this, and this is from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle, and it's the Trader, and it says exchange energy to create abundance. And this is what we're doing, and this is what I was speaking of. Perhaps this card is going to help me articulate that a little better. This is about the exchange that takes place through our heart, the energy we exchange with others. In this reality, in this dimension, we have been conditioned that there's exchange is monetary. We exchange, we give money to receive things. And this is about sharing from our heart to support others in awakening and opening their hearts and beginning to do that inner work, which is required of all of us who are here. I love how this Trader, not a traitor, and there are traitors among us. This is a trader exchanging energy for goods. And this is how we create this abundant new earth that we are moving into, creations and co-creations and sharing from our heart space. And so for many, this is this blue moon, and I'm looking forward to sharing and connecting with all of you again in 2020 to see how far we have come. Oh, there's my honey. To see how far we've come from this time, because we go from the Trader, who's teaching us about exchange from our heart, the bartering system, right? Because it's all about the heart within each and every human soul, within each and every God, creator, connected soul is divinity, is a gift. And we have for so long, through, again, conditioning and programming, we have been taught to disconnect from humanity. We have been taught to use our heads, not our hearts. And I know without a doubt, and I've known without a doubt for years, I am one of the teachers here to remind that the true connection is through the heart. The true over the true motherboard of this experience is the heart. And then we move to the elder. And this is a beautiful card to receive, because this is exactly what this message is all about, and what this moon's message is all about is moving beyond the ancestral patterns, which, as I mentioned earlier, are pain patterns. And we are here to move beyond the wound. And all of our ancestors in spirit, regardless of whether you actually had a relationship with them in this life, and regardless of what your relationship was like with them in this life, they are supporting the moving beyond, because they are aware as never before that the truth of heaven on earth is what is born here in our human experience. And this is what we carry with us when we move beyond the physical experience. And then again, we've got the snake. And I saw something today that was saying, oh, a snake is always a snake, regardless. Well, snakes are transformative beings. And snakes are truly, in my opinion, the representative of the healer energy. When something doesn't work, it's when the skin's too tight, when it doesn't fit anymore, we wiggle and move our way out of it, so that on the other side we are more spectacular than we were before. And so this really speaks about, within each of us right now, it is the healer that is being called to rise, awaken the healer within, to support moving beyond, to support the shedding of old skin, the shedding of belief systems, the shedding of the mental mindset, that dystopian mindset where someone else is telling us how to think, how to feel. That is our divine birthright. That comes direct from God. That comes direct from Source. There's no two ways around that. And when we speak about God, I do feel that there is going to be this shift too, from the organized patriarchal religious institutions that many have been following for generations. And it's going to be a return to our natural essence, which is reflected in nature, which is actually beautifully reflected to us in nature. We have so much to learn. The ways we have to reestablish our connection with the land and work with that energy to change our ways, to get back to this more harmonious existence with all living beings, right? With love and respect for all. And, then we get this beautiful stag, and it's really interesting because I've just started a journal, and not even a journal, just some creations that are coming through. And on the front of it there's this picture of the stag, and inside I was first guided to write messages from the Stag King. So this, to me, it says trust and thrive. And it goes back to that exchange card. When we are trusting the wisdom of our heart, when we are trusting the way we are being guided and what we're being guided to create, and ways in which we're being asked to share, we do thrive. We do welcome in and draw in this abundance that is meant for us. And it's really, and this is how many are going to move beyond this scarcity survival mindset into this thriving energy of the rebirth of the earth. 155, the rebirth of the earth, and righteousness and equality and fairness for all, just because we are all children of the same God. Whatever name we recognize or understand that energy by, because it is simply an energy. The energy of creation begins within us. So to bring in the new, I've been guided to work with the Earth Warriors Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And the first and only card we are going to take from this deck is this, has come right out, Panthera, number 30. And it says the precious and the rare. And remember, we went back to the Diva Magic, incredibly small. And it takes me right there, and I'm really feeling that what this is, the message that's coming here, it's like that very first card, Beyond the Storm, right? You are safe, guided, and protected, okay? Your power, your God-given power, resides within the unification of the Trinity within, the Divine Mother, the Divine Father, and that divine, creative, playful child. This is what is precious and rare at this time, and I can foresee a time in the very near future where all children of creation, creator, understand and recognize how beautiful they are, how precious and rare their gifts that they came here to earth to share, that they understand that and live within that energy, so that abundance in all forms is accessible to all children of God here on this planetary realm. This feels very, when I'm connecting with the imagery on this card, really high vibe. And, you know, it speaks about we each have our own sacred mountain to climb. And it is those of us who can move through the valleys and move through our own shadow, that when we come out on the other side, it's like we are the representatives of the victory of the light. Through unconditional love, we rise. And that's what this blue moon is encouraging each of us to remember, the uniqueness that is us, the innate connection that we have directly to source, always have. And it is up to us to reestablish that connection through our walk upon Mother Earth, through our connection to the elements. Get outside and breathe new life into your experience. So I'm just going to read the channeled message here. And here we go. This is the message from Panthera. Our faith, and there's my crows. I've moved into the crow's nest. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Our faith and optimism are not meant to make us complacent, but rather to encourage us to believe that our action in the world will have a positive and real effect. There are situations where your voice, your courage, and your fearless determination are needed. Now is our time. I added that. It felt really perfect. You will make a difference. Cast helplessness or despair aside and find the warrior within. Fight for that which needs defending with all of your heart, and do not yield. That is really, 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 really beautiful. And there is a healing process, and I may, here, let's do the invocation together, okay? So I'm going to share the invocation, and I like to do them 3 times. I'm not going to share it 3 times here in this video, but I am strongly guided to share this invocation with you. And if you feel connected to these messages, call upon the loving energy of Jaguar to guide you and support you as you take this leap of faith, as you courageously begin to share your voice and your gifts, first and foremost with yourself, right? Healer, heal thyself. And then we are able to serve when our cup is full, and we are able to serve from a balanced space. with the awareness and understanding that balance at this time is really up to us to create. Okay? Say aloud, Spirit of Black Jaguar reveals my courage, conviction, purpose, and passion. I am freed from constraint. I am made ready in this moment for all moments to come by the grace of the Divine Feminine. I am willing to participate fully in my life, to take action upon the divine urgings of my heart for the greatest good of all. I will not be shamed and silenced. I will take action every day in whatever ways I can with fierce compassion in my heart and sacred rebellious fire in my belly. May divine purpose manifest through our willingness and talent and through our faith in ourselves, each other, and the divine. So be it, and so it is. Thank you, and amen. That's really beautiful. That's really beautiful. I'm touched by those messages. So I'm going to reach into my handy dandy wooden bowl here, which is full of stones and bones and crystals and all kinds of good stuff. And just before I do that, I would like to let you all know I am now booking 2021 yearly forecasts. So I've started to get some bookings for that. So that's exciting. Thank you to those who have gotten in early and taken part. It really supports my process. And also until November 3rd, so depending on when you're connecting with these messages, until November 3rd, I have been guided to offer blue moon messages, which are really, these are messages for the collective, and the blue moon messages are just for you. So it really speaks about your healing process and what you are moving through with the energy of this full moon. So if you are interested in those, they are available until November the 3rd for $44. I will put some links down below, but because I don't have enough subscribers here on YouTube yet, I can't really share live links. So you'll have to cut and paste them into your browser if you want to take part in the yearly forecast or the blue moon, or perhaps both of them. So please do like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I appreciate your engagement, and I appreciate all your love and support. And feel free to share this with family and friends. I really, my hope and my intention is to seek to connect with as many beautiful hearts as possible and really support all souls in coming back home to their power point, their personal power. So thank you for your subscribes, likes. Join me over on social media, and let's dig into this bowl. So I'm going to put it in my lap. Merkaba energy is one that has been coming through a lot. I'm guided to say that because I have this little Oregon or Merkaba here with carnelian in it. But the Merkaba is like, it's our light bodies. This is the space. We are the Merkaba. We are the light ship. And I've really been seeing this a lot, like coming home to ourselves, coming home within that sacred space to really, what do I want to say? Nurture ourselves and activate, nurture, integrate, and activate to next level. We can't move forward without moving through the process. So we can't jump. You know, we hear all this, jumping that. Actually, you have to move through it, and then you actually have to plant your feet firmly on the ground and anchor that connection to the earth and integrate through your connection to the earth. So again, when you create, when you share, it's from this stable, balanced space, which is anchored through from your heart into the heart of Mother Earth and the heart of all, right? From this space, we can do our work. So let's see what crystal energy for all of us for the blue moon into the month of November 2020. What was I saying? Returning to our personal power. And this is citrine, solar plexus. For those of you who may be feeling really fiery and agitated and aggressive and in that headspace, this will be really great to bring you down to your solar plexus, your point of power. And there's always, there's very likely for many at this time, this healing taking place below the heart so that the heart can fully come online and open wide. I'm grateful for the recent, like, reopening of my heart chakra because I was really completely unaware of just how closed down I had been, how bogged down I had been by outside influences, and then eternalizing my whole experience. So, citrine is a beautiful stone. And if you're someone who, I began working with citrine maybe about, maybe about 30 years ago. Wow. And I was guided to work with it because at that time I was really much in the head, very much, kind of negative Nelly, negative thinking, negative thought processes, all of this kind of stuff, and just kind of ticked off at the world. And I was guided to begin to work with citrine and actually wear it on my solar plexus to begin to clear that patterning within my energetic system. And it works like a charm. And the citrine I had been wearing, which was a raw terminated, a raw point, had, by the time I was finished working with it, years, probably a decade, I worked with that particular piece. I've only recently passed it on as I was guided to. But that stone actually had a visual, you could see, like, it was almost looked like black tourmaline had moved into the stone. I don't believe it was black tourmaline. I believe it manifested there to show me what the work it had actually done in clearing these dark and negative thought patterns and processes from my psyche. So citrine is where it's at, folks, and it's also the stone of abundance, which takes us right back to, some of those earlier messages, the trader, the exchange, how we create abundance. This is the abundance stone, and they say if you place citrine in the far left corner of your home, it welcomes abundance into your home space. So with that being said, I wish you all the abundance of that your beautiful heart can dream of. And I am grateful for your courage, and I'm grateful for this connection. Thank you so much for choosing to be here now, and thank you for nurturing the seed of heaven on earth that you are. Together we rise, divided nations fall, don't they? Civilizations and all of that. Yet we are not here for that. We are here to rise in this beautiful new earth energy, which is love and compassion for all, with the deep understanding that all souls are eternally connected to Source. I see you, I feel you, I love you, and I have deep respect and admiration for your journey. And I thank you for your presence in my life, in the here and now, through all timelines. Until next time, everyone, happy blue moon. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of us out doing some ceremony on Saturday. Looking forward to connecting with you in the space beyond. Take good care, everyone.